What occurs if the VMAs, which are meant to be a night filled with music, glamour, and memorable moments, devolve into complete mayhem behind the scenes? The true story was written in fists, yells, and leaked film that has the entire business in a panic. So forget about the manufactured award speeches and red carpet smiles. Yes, you heard correctly. The seasoned rapper Papoose, who is renowned for his loyalty and calm demeanor, was reportedly caught in a startling altercation with Busta Rhymes backstage. The iconic hip-hop artist whose voice alone has the power to tremble arenas. If you think that coupling is improbable, just wait until you see what the cameras are said to have captured. Imagine the scene. While the audience is preoccupied with the performances on stage, mayhem breaks out a short distance away. According to witnesses, Papoose raced forward with an enthusiasm that no one had anticipated from him as Busta's thunderous roar reverberated throughout the hallway. Safety scurried, helpers cried out, and all the while covert cameras rolled, documenting every sloppy, violent moment. The biggest twist, though, is that sources claim this was more than simply a brawl. The animosity had been simmering for years. Why, therefore, did it blow out in front of the world here at the VMAs? And what secrets does the industry fervently hope you never see in that leaked footage? No one could have predicted what transpired this year, but the VMAs have always been crazy. Forget the meticulously prepared award speeches and the glamorous red carpet outfits. The battle is currently the topic of discussion among fans, a conflict that has grown more significant than the performances themselves because it is so explosive and unimaginable. We are discussing the spontaneous fistfights between Busta Rhymes, the booming hip-hop superstar whose presence alone can shake a room, and Papoose, the seasoned rap artist frequently hailed for his serene loyalty. The worst thing was that it was all the entire industry is currently in a downward spiral after being recorded on hidden cameras that were posted online. You must know the players in order to comprehend why this occurred. Usually, Papoose doesn't make the news. He has long been regarded as Remy Ma's devoted husband, the modest man who stood by her side, her through her highs and lows. Let's not sugarcoat it, though. Drama is nothing new to him. Fans sometimes overlook the flaws in Papoose's family man image, which include reports of marital discord and underlying murmurs of animosity, as well as Busta Rhymes. He's a hip-hop artist. Royalty, but controversy, rivalries, violent outbursts, and a reputation for never giving up are all part of the royal crown. You have a ticking time bomb when you combine those two energies backstage at one of the greatest music events. According to insiders, the VMAs weren't the beginning of the tension. Rumors of hostility between Papoose and Busta had spent months in the shadows. Fans at the time brushed it off as another rumor, but one unidentified studio engineer told a gossip blog they crossed paths during a recording session earlier this year. Words were exchanged. Got ugly. People knew it wasn't finished. But now that I'm thinking back, that moment seems to be the prelude to the mayhem that broke out. On the surface, everything appeared to be normal on VMA night. Busta walked the red carpet wearing an outrageous ensemble that only he could pull off. Fans cheering, cameras flashing. Remy was seen backstage with Papoose, who was quieter but sharp in his suit. Even before the explosion, witnesses said, the atmosphere was tense. The spark appeared when a fan who was fortunate enough to get a backstage access tweeted, "You could feel something was off." The energy between Papoose and Busta was icy. Leaked rumors claim that Busta joked loudly enough. Want people to hear about being in someone else's shadow and being loyal. According to insiders, the remark was directed at Papoose, citing his status as Ray's dependable +1. Not even Papoose laughed. He took a step forward. Chaos followed the rise of voices. A blurry but distinct scene can be seen on hidden tape that was eventually leaked. Busta's loud voice roaring back, Papoose lunging, and the two men crashing in a flurry of shouts, fists, and security scurrying. Equipment clattered to the ground, assistants yelled, and one witness said the building seemed to tremble. The internet quickly devoured it. The video was cut into memes by fans. The battle was accompanied by Mortal Kombat sound effects in one widely shared modification. Busta's shout was delayed down by another, resulting in a spectacular bass drop. The questions were serious, but the memes were humorous. What did they say? Who was the first to swing? And above all, why now? More evidence started to surface as fans argued. On Reddit, a purported text thread from a VMA employee became viral. Papoose has had enough of being treated disrespectfully. The erroneous button was pressed by Busta. An additional, according to an anonymous story, Remy herself yelled at Papoose to stop the altercation. Those leaks fueled the flames, but no one could verify whether they were genuine. Not to mention that the altercation did not take place on a random street corner. This was the VMAs, the music industry's most visible stage. In a hurry, the producers hurried to keep the turmoil under control. However, how do you hide something that was previously photographed from several perspectives and shared on social media in a matter of minutes? There was no turning back once the video was public. Old wounds were also exposed by the incident. Fans excavated, bringing back footage of Busta's previous tantrums, including him yelling at employees and fighting with other performers. They also went over Papoose's past at the same time. His altercations in the underground rap scene and his rage when standing up for Remy. The fight no longer seemed so arbitrary. It appeared to be inevitable. Here's the worst part, though. According to several insiders, fists almost flew at the VMAs before. An account of an earlier encounter at a private industry party was leaked by a DJ friend. They were in close proximity to each other. They had to be dismantled. Everybody, next time it's going down. And sure enough, it did. So, was the altercation truly about a trivial jest? Or was it the start of something more serious and sinister that had been building for months? It was jealousy, others claim. Some claim it was out of respect. Two dominant personalities who are unwilling to submit. Conspiracy theorists have previously claimed that the fight was staged to hide another incident that occurred at the VMAs. The consequences for the industry were immediate, regardless of the reality. Fans were taking sides in addition to laughing. The hashtags #TeamPapoose and #TeamBusta. Papoose was portrayed as the underdog hero in memes. Busta was hailed by others as the invincible behemoth. Debates broke out on Twitter, with some fans even creating fictitious bout scorecards as though it were a real boxing contest. Then came a fresh clip, the most stunning leak to date. Showed up on the internet. One angle that has never been seen before. It displayed more than just fists. It recorded sound. This isn't about tonight. It's about everything you've done. A deep voice could be heard yelling above the mayhem in the audio. The internet stopped working. What was meant by that? What exactly were Papoose and Busta discussing? Was this a personal or professional altercation? Or was it something more significant? Because what sinister secret from the past was cruel enough, if this argument wasn't about the VMAs, to blow up in front of everyone on the planet? The word continued to reverberate on social media. This has nothing to do with tonight. Concerns all of your actions. The entire controversy was turned upside down by that one enigmatic line that was heard in the recording that was leaked. All at once, this wasn't merely a sporadic altercation backstage. It was the culmination of years of repressed resentment, shattered pride, and unspoken betrayals. Who threw the initial punch was no longer a question that fans asked. What dark history are these two icons hiding? They asked, and the leaks grew in number in a matter of hours. Blogs started publishing what they said were exclusive analyses of the fight, assembling a number of unsteady camera perspectives into composites reminiscent of Frankenstein. Papoose was seen lunging first in one version, which was slowed down to dramatic music. Another, which was shared by a rival fan page, said that Busta shoved before Papoose struck back. Each version asserted its veracity. The reality, however, was irrelevant. There was chaos. Chaos was also conducive to clicks. The fire was fueled by anonymous insiders. One outlet was informed by a purported stagehand. It was more than fists. They were yelling. Big names. I swear I heard Busta shout about a woman. A different picture was presented by another leak, purportedly from a security guard. In no way was Papoose protecting himself. He was attacking. Busta continued to say, "You crossed the line." Divergent accounts only served to heighten the controversy. Then the phony investigative reports appeared. According to records purportedly obtained by one gossip blog, Busta had complained about Papoose bothering him on several occasions in the months preceding the VMAs. Fans devoured the so-called documents despite their numerous errors. Another website went even farther, claiming that the dispute was motivated by money and publishing what they described as a private industry letter, particularly an unsuccessful business endeavor in which both guys were involved. Uncertain phrases like partnership dissolution and improper spending were used in the memo, supplying enough breadcrumbs for fans to go crazy. Naturally, the controversy became a source of great pleasure thanks to memes. Fake Papoose swung wildly while TikTokers reenacted the battle wearing wigs and baggy jackets, yelling Busta's famous ad-libs. Twitter became a battlefield. While supporters of #Team Busta ridiculed him as Raise Plus One attempting to stay relevant, supporters of #Team Papu contended he was defending himself out of respect. Imagine fighting Busta Rhymes in a hallway at the VMAs. This isn't hip-hop. This is WWE, one tweet that went popular said. However, as the internet chuckled, ominous rumors began to surface. Reddit users started sharing a leaked audio tape that was purportedly taken right before the altercation. Two voices that were thought to be Papoose and Busta quarreled about something more profound than respect in it. "You think I forgot what you did?" a snarling voice said. Fans conjectured endlessly. Was Busta accused of ruining Papoose's career? Was Busta implying treachery of a personal nature? There was a flurry of theories, anything from hidden affairs to stolen beats. Industry insiders were of no assistance. The subtweets only reinforced rumors that the battle was rooted in a past fans had never witnessed. One former producer tweeted, "Y'all don't even know half of it. This beef been cooking since 2016. Another rapper added cryptic shade. "Some bridges can't be rebuilt. Some gotta burn." According to one insider, sponsors demanded explanations. The VMAs descended into violence backstage. Music's greatest night was overshadowed by a vicious brawl, and the show's reputation was criticized for losing control. The show that was supposed to celebrate music had turned into a crime scene of egos. And then the final twist came when a grainy video of Remy Ma in the midst of the chaos, yelling at Papoose, appeared. that a beverage brand threatened to withhold millions of dollars in funding unless producers issued an official statement distancing themselves from the scandal. Fans quickly pulled her into the drama despite the fact that the video didn't show her fighting. Was Remy the secret trigger? Was Busta's purported loyalty remark directed at her marriage? All of a sudden, what appeared to be a two-man brawl turned into a triangle of conjecture. A popular meme featuring Remy holding a championship belt with the phrase, "winner by default," sparked intense disagreement among fans, with some claiming Papoose was defending his wife's dignity and others thinking Remy was caught in the crossfire of Papoose's ego trip. Another had Claressa Shields photoshopped ringside joking, "Put me come on, coach." But leaks wouldn't stop. A so-called assistant claimed that after the fight, Busta was overheard saying, "This is bigger than us. See who else is pulled in." The internet went crazy over that one quote. Who else was engaged? Which executives, hidden players, or rappers were involved in this meltdown? Conspiracy theories were all over YouTube. In a matter of days, a video called "The Truth Behind the Papoose-Busta Dispute" received 2 million views. According to the inventor, the brawl was connected to a murky record label dispute, and the VMAs were simply the point at which years of strain erupted. According to a different hypothesis, both guys were pawns. Their altercation was planned to divert attention away from another industry controversy that was simmering in the background. The public, however, was unable to turn away. Every rumor, every leak, every phony document was examined as if it were sacred text. Some admirers quipped that in order to stay up to date, they required a complete Netflix documentary. One trending remark wrote, "Forget award shows. Give us the Backstage Brawl Awards." But beyond the memes and laughs, a sense of dread developed. Because there was more to it than a fistfight, as evidenced by the leaked audio, the dubious documents, and the insider rumors. Ego bruises weren't the only thing at stake here. Power, treachery, and secrets the industry didn't want revealed were at stake here. When everyone believed they had the tale, after figuring everything out, another video appeared. Devastating yet brief and wobbly. As security pulled him away, it showed Papoose yelling, "You ruined everything for me." The internet went down. What was purportedly wrecked by Busta? A personal connection, a job opportunity, or something else darker? Something that fans were not meant to be aware of. There were many theories, but one thing was evident. There was no stopping down of this scandal. It was escalating into something more destructive than reputations. It has the potential to shatter the industry's flimsy facade. Because it wasn't just the fight that was confirmed when the last leaked video came to light. It revealed secrets strong enough to topple the entire industry. Finally, the cliffhanger that everyone had been dreading came. The last leaked video. The fan cam turmoil wasn't shaky, or modified loops on TikTok. No, everything was altered by this complete, unedited, crystal clear security tape. Papoose was seen yelling before swinging in the video, "For me, you destroyed everything." His anger unbridled, his fists flying. Towering and enraged, Busta pushed back and yelled, "You did this to yourself." The audience of stage crews, helpers, and unwary celebrities froze in shock. The two legends fought like gladiators in Armani suits despite security's attempts to break it up. The battle took a long time. There was no altercation. It was a brutal and horrifying war that lasted almost a minute until order came back. Supporters did more than observe. They dissected. Every frame was slowed down by TikTok. Hour-long breakdowns have been posted on YouTube. Every line on Twitter was turned into a meme. But in the midst of the confusion, a disturbing detail surfaced. Standing motionless in the corner, a shadowy figure was filming the entire scene. Who was it? Why didn't they step in? And was this the individual in charge of was everything initially leaked? Instantly, theories began to circulate. A record label executive was gleefully collecting blackmail, according to some. Others asserted that it was a rival artist attempting to simultaneously kill both guys. Threads about the puppet master behind the conflict and the third man idea went viral on Reddit. All of a sudden, there were more villains and victims besides Papoose and Busta. Strings were being pulled by another person, but the business scurried while fans were enamored with the shadow. Attorneys went to war. A purported court document surfaced online, claiming that Clarissa Shields, the boxer who was subpoenaed as a witness, was indeed pulled into previous jokes. According to another document, Papoose intended to file a slander lawsuit, while Busta was suing for assault. Blogs screamed headlines like "Hip Hop's ugliest lawsuit yet" and "VMAs brawl goes to court." Brands fled in the interim. Overnight, the sneaker collaboration that Papoose was allegedly working on vanished. Busta's endorsement of an energy drink was abruptly put on hold while it was reviewed. Millions of deals were reportedly lost in a matter of days, according to insiders. A backstage altercation had turned into a financial bloodbath due to public perception. Additionally, the memes they merely became more cruel. Another TikTok made fun of Papoose's devotion photo with Remy Ma writing it. Couldn't protect the VMAs but claims to protect a queen. Humor became daggers. Another TikTok featured Busta holding up an energy drink with the message, "Fuel for fighting Papoose." The darkest twist, however, was not monetary. It was a matter of reputation. Rumors of previous betrayals reappeared. This disagreement, according to a podcast host, was a resentment that dates back roughly 10 years. In the past, Busta prevented Papoose from signing a label deal. According to another claimed insider, they both are aware of each other's secrets that could destroy their career.